Hi, this is Jarrett Lau, the founder of Green Ocean Property Management. In today's video, I'm going to be covering submetering water and having your tenants pay the water utilities. Is this possible? Everything's possible in this world, but it does take certain steps. Typically, in a condo association, the water is going to be included. They don't have it separately metered, so you don't have to really worry about it as much if you have a condo. However, if you do have a single or a multifamily, this is something that you're really going to want to consider because water can be a major expense. And when the tenants aren't paying for that expense, they aren't going to be as worried about it. So what can you do? First and foremost, any type of utility that you want to charge back to the tenant needs to be separately metered. In a single family house, there's only one meter typically. Sometimes there's a different one for sprinklers, but that's not the case in most. So we'll just talk about that. What ends up happening is that the city of Boston or the jurisdiction or city that you have a property in might have a special form. That form needs to be filled out by the plumber. The plumber will go to the property, make sure everything is low flow and efficient, and they'll sign off on it stating that it is. Then you'll submit that into the city and the city will know, hey, yes, we've received it. I will always provide a copy of that report to any tenants that we make sure that if they're paying for the utilities that they know that we've gone through this process for them. Because what you don't want to do is be responsible for triple damages in the case of when you charge a tenant and then the tenant says, hey, did you fill out this form? And you did not and you were legally responsible for, they can sue you up to triple amount. And I've seen that happen with other landlords that didn't do this, costing them almost tens of thousands of dollars. The water bills in Boston actually stay in the owner's name. So we'll typically pay that water bill and then we're going to add it back to the tenant ledger and we're going to provide them a copy of the bill. We can't actually put it in the tenant's name. So it's a little bit more work, but we'll do it in order to save you, the landlord, or make you more money. So we'll fill out that form with the plumber. We're going to get those bills. We're going to pay those bills, add it to the tenant ledger. So those are single families, that's pretty straightforward. Let's talk about multifamilies for a second. So if you have 4 units in a building, the majority of landlords, unless it's a new construction building, don't have separate water meters. But your water bills could range anywhere between $50 and $100+ per month per unit. So what can you do? All right, so we work with separate companies that will actually come in and they'll put a single meter reader in. And then every single time they're gonna add in separate water meters for every unit. That's assuming that your water is separated per unit. You'll have to have a plumber check that in advance, but we do that. And what will end up happening is that each meter will read separately and it's gonna send information back to this individual reader, and this individual reader will actually send us information via the web. So we're able to actually figure out, based upon the calculation, so if it's a $500 water bill for the entire building, what we'll do is we'll separate that out, try to figure out the total amount, right, and for each unit, and then we'll bill it back to them. But again, you have to show the proof to the tenants to make sure that they know, and most importantly, you're going to want to have it in their lease. You're going to explain it to them and show them how it works, because you don't want any type of confusion when it comes to that. And that can save a landlord. We've saved landlords literally $6,000 to $7,000 a year on that. It goes paid by the tenants, and you're just going to want to make sure that everybody understands their responsibility of paying the water and they understand how it works so that there's no confusion later on. Again, that's a recap of how we have tenants pay water and how we separately meter them because it's required in the process that we go through. If you're looking for a property manager that is proactive and can think of different ways to save you money, please think of Green Ocean Property Management, where you get more than a property manager, you get peace of mind.